Hey, what's good? What's good, family? How is everybody today? I just figured I'd jump on here and talk about a few things. A lot of shit's going on. One of the things that crossed my mind was this is a big one too. The state of Black America right now, since Biden has taken office, because y'all see what's going on. Everybody getting treated like a special interest group, except black people. I mean, I'm sure by now y'all heard about that thing in New York where Governor Cuomo wants to give illegal, undocumented immigrants $15,000 as part of some COVID relief package thing they got in New York. Check it out. Now these are illegals. These are the people that they was trying to put out the country. These are the people from the so-called shithole countries. Now we finna hit them off with a nice $15,000 check. Well, I'm gonna tell you something. I know a bunch of motherfuckers that's, paperwork need looking at. Say it like that. I know a bunch of motherfuckers whose paperwork need looking at. And if they finna get him 15 grand, well, for one thing, they gonna want something for it, for that 15 grand, which would be your vote and your political support. But if they're gonna give you 15 grand, another thing might be to get you to come out of hiding. Next thing you know, they deporting your whole fucking family. There could be that too. But if they really gonna give motherfuckers $15,000 as COVID relief, if there was no strings attached, I'd take it. If there was no fucking strings attached and I was undocumented, I'll fucking go after it. And another one, I believe it was the Senate, passed some legislation where they want to give Native Americans, I want to say $30 billion in economic relief as a down payment on a much larger sum of money that they plan to give to Native Americans. I mean, everybody getting some shit. Every special interest except ADOS. They trying to fade us out altogether. You notice how motherfucking light-skinned everybody is on TV nowadays. So these are two of the things that made me think about the state of Black America. And the cops still shooting people in the streets. There's more of them that you don't hear about than there are that you do hear about. A friend of mine told me a long, long time ago that the cops, the police, the authorities, the white supremacists and the suspected white supremacist sympathizers, they could do any motherfucking thing they want to do. But y'all seen them run up into the Capitol and Capitol building on January 6th, and then, everybody just walked away with a slap on the fucking wrist, basically. That proves to you that they can do any goddamn thing they want to. So, no surprise there. My man, Grandmaster Jay, you see how they silenced him. And the thing that get me is this. You see how they silenced Grandmaster Jay and pretty much neutralized the NFAC in the United States. I heard Grandmaster Jay say it's taken off in Europe and in Africa, but in the United States, he seems to have been. I'm gonna say it like that because I may be totally wrong about this, but he seems to have been neutralized in the United States. But my thing is, we've been fighting this fight for a long time. I hadn't seen his approach since the 1960s, where you suit up and boot up and get ready for, come what may. I ain't seen that since, the Black Panthers. And you know what the United States government did to the Black Panthers to neutralize them? Well, they infiltrated them and destroyed them from the inside out. Now, I don't know if that's what happened to the NFAC, but I do know that Grandmaster Jay been neutralized because they put that federal charge on him. All he did was pointed his light at somebody. Or no, he ain't pointing his light at nobody. Let me check that. He allegedly pointed his weapon at a federal officer. These motherfuckers was on the roof surveilling a formation, and one of them claimed Jay pointed his rifle at him. They was looking for anything at all to clip this brother wings. Now, they didn't let him out of jail and everything, but they put this fucking gag order on him so he can't really do what he used to do and talk about the shit he used to talk about. So as long as he selling old goon socks and motherfucking t-shirts and playing motherfucking games and roasting every fucking body, as long as he do shit like that, like Tariq does, then he can stay on his platform. Cause you see, ain't nothing happening to Tariq motherfucking ass. It ain't cause he's just smarter than everybody else. It's just that he's not considered a real threat. He a comic and a motherfucking snake oil salesman, like I said before. He got some opinions, but basically that's what he is to me. Because if you don't agree with the way a motherfucker is fighting this fight, and you truly got black people and black empowerment in your heart, well, then if you don't agree, then you shut the fuck up. You don't go on no aggressive campaign to help destroy the motherfucker or the movement or the idea of the movement that could have spawned similar motherfucking movements. You don't go out of your way to destroy all that. And to me, that's what Tariq did. That's what me and a couple of motherfuckers in the black media fall out at. Because they make a lot of sense, and I agree with 75, 80% of what they say, but then they cross over into an area where I got a problem with that. But I never get in a room full of white people and say that shit. I wouldn't say it in mixed company. Except when it come to a motherfucker like Tariq. I wouldn't say it around white people, but I wouldn't give a fuck what black people were there. If they ask me about Tariq Nasheed, I'm gonna tell them. And then, there's another one out there who's pretty much neutralized, Umar Johnson. I like him. I know what he's saying is true because I work in motherfucking education. I know a lot about what he's saying is true because ain't no daddies in the home, and that is why a bunch of motherfuckers is fucked up. But I don't know why his motherfucking school ain't really popping like it should be. I don't know if he pocketing money or not. I know I don't send money to no motherfucking body like that. I got my own program and I fund it out of my pocket and with donations from the parents. That's how I do the shit. And I keep it small and stay in my lane. That's how I contribute. I ain't trying to open up no big school or nothing like that. And Tariq Nasheed is, not Tariq Nasheed, but Umar Johnson is not ADOS, and he I'm not sure, but I think he said he threw some shade on the reparations movement because he wouldn't be entitled to reparations because he's not ADOS. But I digress from that. I like Umar. I like a lot of people in the black community who speak and who run YouTube channels and who get the information out there. But I can honestly say I don't agree 100% with anybody. I listen to all, I follow none, and I walk in my own direction. And that direction, I hope, into the direction of righteousness and spiritual cleanliness. That's what I'm trying to keep. you know. So with that, I'm going to say this. The state of Black America right now, ADOS America, Foundational Black Americans, whatever the fuck title you want to give us, I roll with ADOS. But the state of us now is, I think we in dire straits. We ain't hit rock bottom yet, but they're trying to push us there. And we got to fight like hell to not go there. When we do that, somebody said something the other day. I was listening to Jeff Brown, and somebody said something about we need a new underground railroad. That would be some shit right there. I would like to see that happen. Matter of fact, I'm gonna start talking about that more. A new underground railroad. I'd like to see something like that catch on. You know, motherfuckers out there now talking that shit, they call my generation, we old niggas, we obsolete. But some of us are still full of piss and vinegar and energy and want to do something. And that's where I come from. That's the group I come from. You know. A new underground railroad would be some shit where we form our own links and communities and enterprises and economies. A totally new underground economy by black. And that's going to be hard as fuck. It's going to be probably the hardest thing we ever do. To get that white titty out our mouth. I know I did. And whenever I fucking possibly can, I hire somebody black. And if the one that I hire ain't the right one, I hire another one. I don't just immediately go right to a white man if the first black entrepreneur, gives me some bad customer service or, doesn't deliver on something I buy from them or their price ain't what I need it to be. I find another black person who will. I had some work done in my new house. That's exactly what I did. I didn't go run into no white guy. I went with that underground railroad economy that we need to build. And I found me somebody that could do the work at a reasonable price and had the quality to go with it. And it was a black person. So I recommended him to other black people. And that's how you got to do shit. That's how you got to do shit. When I'm selling artwork, I keep my prices at a level where I can sell the shit, where I can sell a lot of it. I got 2 different price levels for 2 different demographics, but I make it so people will want to come back and buy from me again by not trying to dig their eye out, So yeah, the building of that new underground railroad, it'd be a Herculean effort, but we got to do something like that in order to not be pushed to the bottom of the social scale, which is exactly what's happening, slow and steady pressure. Think about that, y'all. Think about the state of black America, and think about how hard the next, say, 10 years is going to be. Because we are being shown every day what white America thinks of us. Kamala Harris came right out and said it. You think I'm going to do something that's just going to benefit black people? No. But you'll do something that just benefits Native Americans. And you'll do something that just benefits LGBT. You'll do something that just benefits illegals. You'll do something that just benefits Hispanics. But black Americans, no. That's what she said. So that's why, fuck her too. State of black America. The only one can fix it is us. The only one can support it is us. And we got to do that by saying fuck everybody else. And like I've been saying for years, turn completely inward, build our own economy. Anyway, that's it for now, y'all. I'll catch y'all on the next one. TC, and I'm out.